This is Wednesday, January 7, 2026. I'm Tomlyn Nicholson. Former Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro has pled not guilty in a U.S. court, claiming he was kidnapped and insists he's a decent man. Captured in a bold operation, he faces charges for narco-terrorism and corruption that crippled his country. The White House calls it a law enforcement win, blasting the UN for weakness. The IRS has given American workers a welcome tax break starting this month. The standard mileage rate for business driving jumped 2.5 cents to 72.5 cents per mile, reflecting inflation adjustments. Rates for medical and moving purposes dipped slightly to 20.5 cents, while charitable driving stayed at 14 cents. President Trump announces a fraud investigation into California under Governor Gavin Newsom, claiming the state is highly corrupt and prompting a response from Newsom's office, highlighting efforts to block over $125 billion in fraud. The probe adds to ongoing federal and state tensions, with Newsom emphasizing arrest and taxpayer protections in his rebuttal. In Minnesota, the governor has abruptly dropped out of his re-election race amid a massive fraud scandal involving millions in misused funds. Sources say a secret deal may install a senator as a replacement, with the Justice Department probing criminal liability. Locals demand handcuffs, not just resignations, over failed policies that hurt families. California Governor Gavin Newsom prepares to unveil his final state budget proposal amid a projected $18 billion deficit, facing calls for either revenue increases or spending cuts that could prove unpopular with fellow Democrats. As he enters his last year in office, Newsom's legacy on issues like homelessness and housing is under scrutiny while he positions himself for a potential 2028 presidential run. President Trump has ordered Russia, China, and Iran to exit the Western Hemisphere, warning they'll get hit hard if they harm protesters or meddle further. This follows threats to Tehran emphasizing U.S. dominance in the region to protect national security and curb foreign threats. The Pentagon is moving to censure a Democratic senator reviewing his rank and pay over efforts to sow discord in the military. Critics say his actions undermine unity, with the defense secretary bringing the heat to restore discipline. Trump declares the Western Hemisphere ours, eyeing military operations in Colombia to dismantle narco states. The president says it sounds good to him, aiming to shut down drug flow and foreign influence that's plagued borders. America is set to tap Venezuela's massive oil reserves, 300 billion barrels after Maduro's fall. The interim government signals cooperation, turning over a new leaf to export stability instead of terrorism, boosting U.S. energy independence. A clarinetist blacklisted for resisting DEI policies has sued a symphony orchestra after winning an audition but being denied the job. The case highlights the merit over race and arts, pushing back against diversity hires that sacrifice skill. UHA's annual report shows California leading in outbound migration for the sixth straight year, attributed to high taxes and cost of living under Democratic policies. With Gavin Newsom's administration facing criticism for blocking federal tax cuts, red states continue to attract these movers, highlighting shifts in popular and economic preferences. Trump eyes acquiring Greenland for strategic needs, stressing we need it more amid shifting maps. This pivot could reshape alliances, kicking out Beijing's grip and securing resources for America's future strength. A tax fight over wealth levies divides California Democrats, creating a potential challenge for Governor Gavin Newsom, who opposes such measures despite pressure from labor and progressive groups. The debate highlights tensions as the state braces for federal funding cuts under the Trump administration, potentially dominating Sacramento's agenda in 2026.